It's the return. It's the return. It's the return, turn.
Beats Planet.
Man, oh man, oh man. Look, Beyonce say, I don't know much about algebra. But Voch Lombardi theme songs, the truth. What's up, y'all? It's been a minute. We in the compound holding it down. Boy, we got a lot to talk about. I know I've been putting out the film like clockwork, but sometimes you just gotta put your work in. Sometimes you just gotta get it done. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta do what you gotta do for the culture. You gotta do what you gotta do for the streets. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I haven't done lately is gotten y'all's takes on this, right? So I'm gonna like control the floor. I don't know what this hand motion means. I'm just going to control the floor for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But then the phone lines are set up so y'all can hop in because I want to hear what y'all got to say. I got to have a conversation with y'all, man. I just want to run this for the cardio, you know what I mean? But before we do that, though, we just got to... Boy, you can have whatever you like. Yeah. Listen, man, every time you wake up with Everson Griffin on your team, boy, you just feel a little bit better, don't it? Every time you look at your D-line on paper, man, can we please have a moment of silence for Gerald McCoy? But damn, every time I look at my D-line on paper, boy, we just look so crazy. We just look so crazy, man. We look so crazy, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And the one thing I haven't done, shut up. The one thing I haven't done in all this is gotten y'all's opinion on it, man. So we're gonna set them lines up. I'm gonna hear what y'all got to say. But I do have some things I would like to run across y'all's table. I do have some things I would like to present to you. Because y'all know I be moving and shaking in these chat boxes, in these comment sections, on these social medias. Is my microphone too loud? Hold on. I'm sure my microphone too loud. Wait. I do have some... That sounds good. Okay. I do have some thoughts and concerns that I just want to run past y'all, you know? Now, if y'all disagree with these thoughts and concerns, then, you know, it's all good. I don't hate y'all. We can have some discourse, but I do think we have to reconsider some things. We going to be just fine with Tyrone Crawford, ladies and gentlemen. We going to be just fine. And I said on a couple shows, you don't want to just let go of depth for the sake of letting go of depth. I know you may not like Tyrone Crawford. You may not consider Tyrone Crawford like a starting caliber D lineman, which he is, but you may not consider that. But what he is a very, very solid D lineman. He's solid. And I was thinking about this, though. And I was thinking about what Cowboy fans really don't like about Tyrone Crawford. And it seems like the goalposts move every now and then when we get into these conversations. Then he drop five and say, can we play crossroads for McCoy? But hold on. Before the show is over, we're going to run crossroads. But so when people talk about what they dislike about Tyrone Crawford on this team, it's one of two things. They be like, oh, he's a good player, but he costs too much. And other people be like, I don't care how much he costs. I just think he trash. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But I would say the overwhelming response to people and what they think about Tyrone Crawford is that he costs too much, right? So I started thinking. I put my thinking cap on. I took my glasses off. I did it then, but I'm not going to do it now. But I took my glasses off, and I was like, Tyrone Crawford making $8 million. That's cheap. That is cheap now. Now, I understand if you mad when Tyrone Crawford making $8 million when top D lineman making like 15, I get it. If he making $8 million and top D lineman in the league making like 9, I get it. But he's making $8 million and top D lineman making 20. That's less than half. Right? So if you're a top tier D lineman, you're probably getting in the 20 somewhere. If you're a mid tier D lineman, I would say like a let's say like a Robert Quinn kind of guy. What's my man's that was in New England, but he went to Detroit or whatever, the D end or whatever. Forgot his name. Whatever. He's not a Cowboy, so it doesn't matter. He's another guy that I would consider like mid tier. These guys get that $10, that $15, that $12 amount, right? Tyrone Crawford making $8, and Tyrone Crawford making $8 million in 2020 when you need him. I think we should get off his back a little bit. Right? Somebody on Twitter, because I've been fussing with people on Twitter, they was like, oh, well, if you want your defense to be top 10, you can't have Tyrone Crawford on it. Tyrone Crawford has been on Flowers. Thank you. Tyrone Crawford has been on top 10 defenses. What are you doing? By no means am I saying I'm fine with us, not having Gerald McCoy, because that hurt. And I'm not saying that Tyrone Crawford is better than Gerald McCoy. I'm not saying that neither. I'm just simply saying Tyrone Crawford is not trash. We'll be fine, and you're lucky you got him. Especially when we look into this camp news and it looks like we're going to be doing a lot, different things versus the run. You know, once upon a time, Marinelli'ville wanted us to Marinelli'ville. Wait a minute, where my button? Hold on, I need my button. I just said Marinelli'ville. That's fire. Hold on, that's crazy. Once upon a time in Marinelli'ville, he wanted us to kind of shoot up field. He wanted us to really penetrate those gaps and let linebackers fill there. But what happens with that sometimes is that if you could just wash D linemen with their own momentum, then as a blocker, you can get to linebackers easier. What I'm hearing from training camp, it looks like we're leaning more towards the run defense I like, to where we're punching people at the line of scrimmage, kind of like we two-gapping, but it's in a 4-3 scheme, right? We're punching people at the line of scrimmage, reading, and then we're shedding blocks to go make tackles. If that's what you want, Tyrone Crawford's the guy. Your audio and your video isn't in sync. All right, cool. I'll fix that while I'm doing this. If that's the case, Tyrone Crawford's your guy. I look pretty good on my side. He's the guy if you want somebody to punch you at the line of scrimmage and to punch you at the line of scrimmage, read and get off blocks. He's not the athletic guy. He's not the athletic 3-tech that you want, but I don't think we're in the business for athletic 3-techs. I think we're in the business for stopping the run and letting everybody else be our athletes. I think we want our ends to be our athletes. We want our linebackers to be our athletes to while we take up blocks. I think I heard somebody say, who said that? Somebody was like, the D-line. Yeah, Crawford said it. Yeah, the D-line is more so focused on taking up blocks now, or at least the interior guys. And I think that's cool. I think that's the. Something wrong with your computer, player. My audio and my video is synced up just fine. But, so what was I saying? What was I saying? Listen, so I said all that to say, like, Tyrone Crawford may fit this thing a little better than we think. So we just shouldn't be out here hating on Tyrone Crawford. I know it's cool to hate Tyrone Crawford, and I know sometimes we let our thoughts and opinions have us sometimes, but we got to grow and we got to think about where we at, man. Tyrone Crawford with a mix of Neville Gallimore and Tristan Hill will be just good for your soul. It'll be just fine for your soul, man. Just fine. And $8 million is a good little, that's a good little place to have them. Plus, if we need more cap space, I was thinking about this too. Why the hell y'all want to get rid of guys, man? Why y'all want to cut people, man? Why y'all want to, we trying to win a Super Bowl, man. You want your depth guys to be just as good as your starter guys, right? Somebody was like, well, Voch, can we cut Tyrone Crawford and free up cap room? You can, but you can keep Tyrone Crawford, hit his button in his contract because his contract got a button, restructure it. That goes to his signing bonus. His cap amount will then be $1.1 million, and you save that money, but keep Tyrone Crawford. What are we doing? Somebody asked me where my water is. Shit, boy, let me cut this back on while I sip my water real quick. Let me just the water ain't far away, player. It's always close by. We should respect Tyrone Crawford. We should absolutely have that moment of silence for Gerald McCoy. Some people was like, yo, Voch, it's dirty how they do Gerald McCoy. They just use him up and then they cut him. He only practiced 3 days. Gerald McCoy only practiced 3 days, right? Like, I understand if we did Zeke like that, like Zeke got time into this organization, or Dak has time into this organization, or if we just cut Tyrone Crawford out of nowhere for all of his good work, then I'd be a little pissed off. Jerry said he never met Gerald McCoy. Never met him. Never met Gerald McCoy, and he only practiced for 3 days. Gerald McCoy got his guaranteed $3 million. He's back on the streets, and we could possibly sign him next year. How the Cowboys doing Gerald McCoy wrong? He got $1 million per practice. Some people don't get that per game. And he ain't got to play? Cowboys don't have to guarantee him any additional money? I think it's all good. I think it's all good. 2 more things before we get into the phones. Aldon Smith has been looking good apparently. And, we was like, man, if we can get anything out of Aldon Smith, if we can get 5 sacks out of Aldon Smith, we'll be fine. It seems like Aldon Smith has showed up and put his foot up everybody's hind parts, I will say. Up the ass, whatever. And And you know, we was in that mindset. We were in that train of thought to where, yo, fam, like, we just gonna take this thing day by day, man. We just gonna see what Alden Smith do. We just gonna see if he shows up back in shape. Nah, he just show up whooping people. He just show up getting hands on footballs. He goes right back in place, right? And I say that because there are two pass rushers on this team that don't have to be current to be great. Randy Gregory and Alden Smith don't have to be current to be great. They just roll out of bed better than people. You know, they don't have super nuanced timing techniques to where they gotta, you know, work on. That's more so Griffin's game. That's more so D Law's game, right? Alden Smith rolls out the bed with his arms longer than yours. He rolls out the bed tall as hell than you, bigger, stronger than you, right? So you look at Alden Smith, even Randy Gregory, all they got to do is be in relatively good shape and they'll be fine. And apparently Alden Smith is in the best shape of his life. And he's sober. So I think him being rotational pass rush, I think that's going to be fun. And we talk about NASCAR packages. Hell, he 280 now. Put his ass at 3 tech sometimes. I don't want to be the guy to say put him at 3 tech all the time. I don't want to be that guy. But Alden Smith at 3 tech on these NASCAR packages, man, you can do it with him. But what makes that strange about him is that you can play him at right defensive end. You can play him at left defensive end. You can play him at a stand-up outside linebacker outside of DeMarcus Lawrence. You can have whatever you like. Yeah. Listen. So I understand that we lose out on Gerald McCoy, but I just run this by y'all as I open up my phones to see who on. Okay, we got people on deck. We cool. I just want to run this by y'all, right? If I had told y'all what Gerald McCoy got hurt like Tuesday or something like that, I would like to run this by y'all. If I told you Sunday to rank the Cowboys D-line in order of importance, that first 4 guys, Gerald McCoy, Dontari, Everson Griffin, D-Law. If I told you to rank those guys in order of, hey, man, we can't lose these guys, how would you rank them? I'm sure no matter what combination you put together, the 4th guy on everybody's list is probably going to be Gerald McCoy. This ain't me justifying that, though, right? Like, I don't want Gerald McCoy gone because I think we better with him. But, man, let's just keep Everson healthy and let's keep D-Law healthy. Let's make sure Poe is good because they're the ones that's going to make this thing go. Because you can make an argument that Gerald McCoy being the sole B-gap guy, he didn't make anybody better necessarily. But Dontari Poe makes everybody better. Everson Griffin is going to make D-Law better. D-Law is going to enable Everson to rush a little better. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to lose Gerald, but if I had to lose anybody on the D-line, I don't want to lose them other cats. Man. Hate it for Gerald, but that's just the ball game, man. It just is what it is. Let me pick up my screen so we can make sure everything's cool here. I'm about to start interacting with the chat box. I'm about to open these phone lines up. The number's on the screen. It's in the description if you need it. 515-606-5187, access code 309-104 if you want to get in touch with the show. If you want to tell me how you feel about training camp, you want to tell me how you feel about Alden, how you feel about Everson, you can have whatever you like. Yeah. If you want to talk about Gerald McCoy, CD Lamb, whatever you want to talk about, man, call into the show and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Something else I like too is when I do my you can have whatever you like, the chat box fills with yes. I just think that's fire, man. I think that's dope. Also, man, like, I'm mad as hell, bro. Like, I'm so ungrateful. Like, I actually watched like a Ravens training camp practice and the Browns showing they whole practice, and all we get is pictures of CeeDee Lamb and captions that read shit like, oh, CeeDee Lamb is graceful. CeeDee Lamb is worth the hype. He's just so elegant how he runs out there. He's big time. I'm like, I just want to see him do something. Right? I understand Mike McCarthy want to keep this thing close, close to the vest, keep it in the house, keep it a secret. But man, can I get CeeDee Lamb? Like, can I get him stretching or something? I'll take CeeDee Lamb stretching. Hey man, y'all see how he stretched? That boy going to Pro Bowl this year. Like, I would take that and be fine. But we don't get nothing, man. So we just kind of got to deal with what we got to deal with, man. It is what it is. Adrian Lindsay dropped 5 in the super chat. Appreciate you. Okay, he was telling me about my audio. Cool. He dropped another 5. Appreciate you, sir. That's a dime altogether. He says we might have 4 Pro Bowl level DNs. Hey, don't say that. You know why we can have 4 Pro Bowl level defensive ends. Chat box, y'all want to tell Mr. Adrian Lindsay why we can have 4 Pro Bowl caliber defensive ends? Because you can have whatever you like. Yeah. Anime Dolphin said, thank you for the distraction. Voch got rear-ended today by a person with a stolen vehicle with no insurance. Totaled my car. Just got it in December. Damn. Can we get some prayer hands for Anime Dolphin? Can we make him comfortable in this chat box? Can we just let him know that we thinking about him and that we hope everything works out, man? I hope everybody walked out healthy. If you need somebody to whoop that person, dog, like I can't do it, but damn, Anime Dolphin, I hate that happened to you, man. I hate that happened to you, bro. I hope everything works out, though, man. I hope everything comes to light in short order. You just keep having faith in yourself. You know what I'm talking about? You just keep having faith in the situation. You just keep on pushing. You know what I mean? Don't worry about these feds, your neighborhood jump out boys. You know what I'm saying? Just keep on pushing. All right? So we got phone lines set up. We got 3 people in here, but I'm sure the phone line is going to fill up incredibly quick because that's how it goes. Like, you know, y'all just want somebody to kick it off. I be having like 30 people that want to call in. Y'all just wait on that first call to kick it off. So I get it. So we got 3 callers. We going to go, because this is how the order of privilege works, of super privilege and platinum and all that. So Set It Off Chris is going to go first because he set it off Chris. Like, that's why he sets it off. Brandon from Franklin, let me reset all this. Set It Off Chris from Franklin Football is up first. Space Cowboy is up next. Then Brandon from Franklin Football is in the hole. Chris up next, Space Cowboy on deck, Brandon in the hole. Let's get it started. Let's run it for the cardio chat box. Let me know if mine and my caller audio sounds good. Daniel Ganna says, what do you think about Smith and Leighton Vander Esch switching linebacker spots? I'm going to get into that in a second. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget it. Set It Off Chris. What's happening, sir?
Hey, man, D line so nice, quarterback tight. Can have a yeah. What's up, man?
Man, sound like you on the phone, but you trapped inside of a refrigerator, man. What's going on with your signal, man? Where you at?
I'm at the crib. Can you hear me now? Boss?
Is your crib in the woods? I can hear you. My bad. All right, I got you.
Nah.
Okay, I got you.
What's up, man?
Well, your crib's surrounded by trees. You can't even see the sunlight at your crib. All right, my guy. What you got for
I can see the sun.
What you got for
man, everything's good, man. Just listen to everything you put out there, man. Just showing what we like, you know, with this training camp, you know. Heard the round table, the round table this week, man, and everything you're putting out. Mm-hmm. But my question is, does anybody remember? I know pretty much everybody listens to your channel. Remember saying, "Hey, man, what about Tristan Hill and how Neville Gallimore will be that backup guy this year, getting into his man body, and Tristan Hill will be that guy?" I've been a Tristan Hill fan from the very beginning. And excited about him. But can we also remember that he lost 14 sack season, and his 10th sack season was with one Tyrone Crawford on the field.
That's fair. So
yeah, just let that marinate. Just let that marinate a little bit.
That's fair.
Let it marinate. Okay.
That's fair.
Right. So we don't lose anything by McCoy going down. We just lose the name. But a healthy Tyrone Crawford has got the respect and adoration from guys in that locker room, and he has the mentorship ability of working with Tristan Hill, seeing him. I'm going to start calling Tristan Hill before anybody else Trigger Trey, because Tyrone called him that. He's Trigger Trey for me, because when everybody else jump on the wagon, I don't want, I got Brandon and Space on this wagon, but don't everybody jump on the Tristan Hill wagon, because the guy is coming in a situation where he's able to play and develop, and that's what second-year guys do. Because when last year, him coming in, you had Kerry Hyder, Malik Collins in the contract year, Christian Covington. Who's going to sit down and help this young man get to the next level? Who's going to teach him how to be a pro? I know Tyrone Crawford, who sat there and worked with the young man and helped him go. And then when people were, saying he wasn't doing this, that, and the other, Neville Gallimore shouted him out on Twitter. So I just love the fact that this D-line is nice, man. Quarterbacks that we said couldn't play or making plays in training camp, I think that's a little bit to the fact that Lyle ain't playing and Dak and Andy Dalton and the new chip for their life. So they just getting rid of the ball. But the quarterbacks are making plays. Mm-hmm. Everybody's looking great in the defense side of football. Hey, the defense looks nice. But you can have it every year.
Yeah. Listen, man, set up. You have made some fantastic points, man. And look, if there is anybody I need to be great this year, it's damn Tristan Hill, because I've gone to bat for him for a year now. So I need that man to prove me right, so I can point my fingers and wave at people. You know what I mean? We just you know what I'm saying? We just need him, man. I just don't believe in cutting people for the hell of cutting them. You know, and then he was a rookie in his kid body. Like, he went to prom 2 years ago. Like, let that man grow his beard out and, you know what I'm saying, lift some weights for an off season before we go off cutting him. But we gonna need him, Galmore and Crawford. But the one point you made though, that made a lot of sense. You know, if anything, Gerald McCoy is more of a flashy name because he's Gerald McCoy, but he's more of a pass rushing 3-tech or whatever. But when D-Law was at his best, it was when Tyrone Crawford was doing dirty work on his side. You know what I mean? So,
hey man,
go ahead.
No, like you said, he was in there in the trenches working off stunts and things of that nature, and you know, in tied old Rob Marinelli's, you know, scheme. So now you get improved pressure on the backside with Alden Smith, with my man Randy, with Everson Griffin, and then you finally get somebody to eat up that middle where you can have the Wolf Hunter running around. You got Jalen, you know, to the point he's going to be making plays. Man, it's just going to be just a cornucopia, a plethora, you know, just a smorgasbord, and just pass rushes all over the place, man. And I see this defense doing great things. And the quarterbacks having a chance to really feast and do their thing. So I'm excited about the defense, man. I'm glad that there are no cameras at training camp. I'm glad, because only knowledgeable football people are out here talking about it. You know, cats like yourself and the round table and Space and my man Brandy, because we're going to put out something on later this week. Yes, shameful plug. But, you know, we're just out there trying to get out there, man, to let people know, man, I'm tired of the so-called I am legend monsters out here just saying just idiotic things, man. Let's just run down some of the list of the dumbest stuff they're going to turn around and say. They don't see Benjanucci make a pass and say, well, you know, we can cut that next year, and then we can just let Andy Dalton go, and we can roll Benjanucci, right? Get your ass out of here, man. Or they'll say something stupid like, you know, hey, man, you know, I see, you know, I see anybody looking good. Man, we can just cut Tyrone because he ain't going to play another 13 games anyway, and we can go on from there. Get your dumb ass out of here. Oh, man, here go. Hey, man, Tony Pollard, you know, he's way better than Zeke. We can just go ahead and cut Zeke, save the money, and we can go do this. And, man, I'm just tired of that mess, man.
Even though my cousin Tony's pretty great though, so let's just relax. My cousin Tony.
I ain't never got nothing bad against your cousin, right? That's your cousin. That's your first cousin. Now I understand that, but I'm never going against folks that got something to prove, man. Fair. When you turn around and take a world class athlete like an Ezekiel Elliott, who had a down year with 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns. Wait a minute, say that again. 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns, but he had a down year. Darren McFadden never had a 1,300-yard year. Felix Jones never had a 1,300-yard year. Man, do I need to keep going, man? You keep. It's just the spoiled, you know, overprivileged. You know what I'm saying? You know, mutual fund, slush fund having Cowboy fans that's sitting on 5 trophies, man. And if everybody ain't an all-pro, and if everybody don't lead the league in something, they're having a down year. I'm just tired of them folk, man. And I like the fact of the matter that they holding cameras out. You don't get to see this ass-whooping set of trail wide receivers. You don't see Blake out there doing people. You don't see TP and Zeke in the backfield together. I don't want you to see that, but I want you to see it in 3 weeks.
That's crazy.
I want you to see when they open up the stadium out in Los Angeles. We dog truck the daggum Rams out there. That's what I want you to see.
I want to see
And
it
guess
right
what?
now. I want to see it
And
right
then
now.
you can have whatever you like.
Yeah. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. Appreciate
Just
it.
throw your space on there, man.
All right, I got you. Appreciate it. Set it off. Hey, that's Set It Off, Chris. One half of Frankly Football on YouTube. I got the other half. I got the other half on the phone. So y'all just hang tight. He said a lot of good things though, man. He said a lot of good things though, bro. Yeah, we shouldn't be wanting to cut people just to be cutting people. You know, that's crazy. All right, here we go. Ain't nothing but privilege on the phone, boy. Look, if you a non-platinum caller or a platinum caller, there's no way you get on the phone right now because I got 4 privileged callers right now. We got Space Cowboy up next, Brandon from Frankly Football on deck, and Short Dog in the hole. Here we go. We got privilege on the phone. Space Cowboy, what's happening, sir?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Voch? Audio coming in good on your end?
You sound great, man. Listen, man. Set It Off. Chris' phone got better, but they was like he called in from a tin can with a string attached to it. I couldn't help but scream. It got better, but you good though, player. You good though. What you got for the
perfect.
show? Mm-hmm.
No, man. I've been enjoying what I've been seeing, whatever the small amount has been from training camp. I think I like being surprised. You know what I mean? I
Right.
like seeing. Having all the things under lock because, I think that live streaming your training camp like some other teams are doing, I don't like that, man. I like keeping things down low and keeping things secret because then when we go out in 3 weeks and we go start our season, man, we start beating the hell out of all these teams and stuff like that. They don't know what the hell is going to hit them. That's what I want to see. But with that being said, I do have a question for you. How do you feel about Mike Nolan's 3-4 defensive packages we've been seeing in some pictures? How you feel about that?
So let me just say this too, and I can't wait to make this video because I've been screaming at people for a long time. That still ain't a 3-4. That is a 4-3 with stand-up outside linebackers. And what makes it the difference?
No, I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What makes it the difference? Because I did see it, and I will get into how I think about it. Right. I just want to let everybody know the inside makes the difference. So when you see them one text and them one text and 3 texts, that still makes it an even front. It still makes it 4-3 in theory. If I was playing center lineup against that, I would block it as a 4-3. But how do I feel about it? First of all, Alden Smith looks fantastic, right? Like Alden Smith, like his burst from being flat-footed, like he jumped off sides and he got back on the side, but with no momentum, he still bursted past what's his face, Brandon Knight. So he still has that, in him or whatever. D-Law, I don't mind him standing up as long as he ain't got to move backwards too much. And I think that's really, I think that's going to be player dependent because I don't see a guy like Everson Griffin going backwards. But when Randy Gregory get in here, I think Randy's going to be an all-time 2-point stance dude, So it's interesting, man. But what I like about it the most is that it's a different look. It's not predictable, you know what I'm saying? And, it's something we ain't never seen before, and it's fun. So if it works, man, let's just hide it and disguise it the best we can and run it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing for me. Like, we've been noticing like all these different defensive packages we haven't been used to, and I think that that's something we are going to love seeing come football time. Is that we don't have to worry about our draft is limited based off of what the scheme we run, right? Like, it's not like, you got a TJ Watt coming down the board, and you don't want to pick him because, he just doesn't fit your scheme. Man, we threw that out the window.
Sure.
Now, I do think, though, that obviously we're still going to run the primary 4-3 scheme with a couple new packages here and there. It's going to be basically, I guess, like an 80-20. Maybe 70-30, like in terms of a 4-3, 3-4 hybrid type of scheme. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Sure.
But I do like what we've added on our defensive line. There's a bunch of flexibility. There's not a whole lot of like, oh my God, like all these guys are like have the same play style. Like we have different forms of pass rush that I don't think we've seen before in quite some time.
Yeah.
And when you add a guy like Everson Griffin, like this completely changes the complexion of how we're going to approach this season, especially when it's like, yeah, sure, you have a bunch of older guys, and I've seen people be like, oh, well, the Cowboys got a bunch of older guys on our defensive line or whatever. I'm like, who cares? who cares? If they're still productive and they're doing a hell of a lot of a better job than what you could be having, then who cares?
I could be wrong.
It's not like we're having.
I could be wrong, but
What's
like Duntar is like 29 and D-Law is like 27, and then behind them are
Right, and it's like
then behind them is like Tristan Hill, Neville Gallimore, Antoine Woods, all those guys in their 20s. We not old for real. Alden Smith is like
which I was about to,
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, my bad. Yeah, no, I was about to get to that. It's like the only reason they're saying that is because of recency bias. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you just said Everson Griffin, who I think is in his early 30s, 31, I think. I don't remember. Right. Got Gerald McCoy in his 30s, you know, and then Dontari Poe's on the onset of 30. It's like, I don't know how old Tyrone is. I don't know if he's 30 or like late 20s. I don't recall off the top of my head.
Yeah, 31.
But it's like, people forget. Yeah, I don't know. But it's like, we're not that old. It's like, we're either like, we got young guys, we have a couple middle-aged guys, and we got like a couple of guys just over 30. It's not like we have like freaking the retirement home out there, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's right. So I think that's a huge factor in that. And, you know, I also, you know, wanted to get your thoughts on the whole, you know, those cornerback battles, because apparently, you know, Trevon Diggs he was struggling a bit to start camp, but now he's been really turning things around. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, I've been talking about on my channel, like, I don't know what the plan's going to be come, you know, come season time. Like, so who's your three corners? You know what I mean? It's like, do they roll with Cheeto if they don't move him to safety? Do they roll with AB on the outside? What do they do with Jordan Lewis? And where does Trevon Diggs, like, do you have any initial thoughts on this whole cornerback battle? Where you think, you know, people are going to go?
I said this the other day. Shouts out to Young Steel, man, over at Dallas Cowboy Universe. I think that's the name of his channel now. I was on there the other day, and I kind of thought of this, like, you remember when Byron Jones was a rookie, and he was basically like the tight end guy, you know, to where we had like three corners, like, you know, left side, right side, nickel. But whenever we played against tight ends, we'll just bring Byron in and he'll just chase those dudes around. I think that'll be a fantastic spot for Diggs in year one. Because we're gonna play a lot of good tight ends. Let's see, we're gonna play my man's in the Rams, Higbee. We're gonna play Higbee. We're gonna play Hooper. We're going to play Ingram twice. We're going to play Ertz and them boys twice. We're going to play Kittle. We're going to play Mark Andrews out there in Baltimore. Plus, if y'all think about this, though, remember that one game we was against the Vikings last year and Kyle Rudolph was beating the shit out of our corners because he was taller than everybody? Like, he was just catching over Jordan Lewis because he was taller than everybody. I think a good thing year one for Diggs is to put his 6'2" long arm ass out there and let him chase around them around those tight ends, man. And if you need to, you know, if it's like Cheeto, Worley, and Lewis in the nickel, or Cheeto, Lewis on the outside, Brown at the nickel, I think however you need to do that, then just fine or whatever. But I think a good thing for Diggs is to let him chase around guys that's, you know, matchup wise or whatever.
Right, and it's like, I think I think you could maybe say the same about Neville Gallimore as well. It's like, these two guys are not like, maybe Diggs is a bit more pressured because of, you know, with Byron Jones leaving.
Sure.
But it's just like, these two guys are not like, yo, you have to step in and you have to, like, be a starter, be a pro. No, like, I think that with Diggs, I really do think that we could start, you know, try to ease him in. You know, like you said, start with doing what he did, what Byron Jones did in his first year, you know, covering tight end.
Ooh, but Cardo, I tell you what, Cardo, the best part about it is that pass rush going to make everybody look better because you can have whatever you like. Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
And that's another point, too. I completely forgot about that. You know, it's when you look at these defensive lines and stuff like that, if your defensive line can do its job, your secondary will play at a much better level. That goes for linebackers, cornerbacks, safeties, etc. If that defensive line can get to the quarterback, you're going to see a lot more turnovers. You're going to see, you know, a lot more of these pass breakups because of inaccurate passes and stuff like that. And I think that that's something that we really didn't have over, you know, a long period of time, right? Like, we haven't had a season, you know, other than last year, right, where we had, you know, Robert Quinn doing his thing. You have a couple other guys doing their thing. I think it also comes down to the scheme, because we know Chris Richard and his, I don't want you to play any other scheme because, we want to show what we're doing type of scheme.
But Cardo, watch this though. But watch this though. Slow down. Hold on now. We got somebody in the chat box that asked us a question. Roshan George. He says, "Why is everyone talking about Byron Jones like he's Deion Sanders?" Who said that? I said that. Did you say that?
I didn't say that.
Who said that?
No.
Somebody in the chat box said that. I can't see. Who said that? Who in the chat box said that? Who said? We not saying that. Matchups though. Roles and shit. You know what I mean? Like, why everybody got to be? My bad. I'm sorry for cutting you off, sir.
Come on, man.
Go ahead, sir. My bad.
No, you're good. My whole thing is like when it comes to this defensive line, if they can get the job done, and look, we haven't had like a year where it's like, okay, like we have this guy, and this guy, and then everyone else, we don't know what the hell is going to happen. Right now, we could say, okay, well, if Everson Griffin's not doing his thing, then we got Alden Smith, or, if we don't have this guy, we got Randy Gregory if he comes back. It's like it's mix and match when it comes to the defensive line, and I love that. We haven't had a defensive line like that in a while, I would say. And I think that's definitely going to play a factor into how these, DBs play. I mean, we're already seeing these DBs being a hell of a lot more aggressive than previous years, which is good. We need these DBs to turn around. We need them to locate the ball. We need them to play tight. Because, last year we saw what happens when we have a horrible technique and a horrible scheme.
Sure.
We don't want to deal with that crap again.
Sure.
And I definitely think that who we have in terms of our coaching staff, players we have, look, we're not asking for any of these players to be like Hall of Fame, All-Pro type of players.
That's it, man.
All we're asking them.
Yes. Go ahead. Say it. Just don't be trash. Go ahead.
All we got to do.
Yeah.
All we got to do is just don't be trash.
Don't
be trash. Just do your job. Yeah. Get some turnovers here and there. That's it. That's all we're asking for. Listen, I would love to see Trevon become an All-Pro if he does. I think we all would love to see all our cornerbacks be Pro Bowlers and All-Prolers. But we don't need that, man. All we need is for them to do their job, and that goes for any other position. Do your job, be efficient, and guess what? We'll be fine. If our offense is putting up 30 damn points a game, we're not asking for the defense to, put clamps on them. You know what I mean? All we need to do is, man, if I could have it my way, we'd blow the hell out of these teams in the first half, put up 30, 28, whatever the hell, and then we just pound the rock on them, and we just let our defense do their thing. That's how I would hope things go about. I know that's not going to happen every game, but God damn it, if we can get this defense to do its job, like 2014, right? That defense wasn't the greatest, but guess what? Got turnovers, got everything it needed to do. The offense did its thing, and guess what? We had a very damn good season. If we can replicate that, like in 2016 as well, if we can do that same thing, I don't see a reason why this Cowboys team can't be special.
Plug your YouTube channel, sir. They need to hear this on the regular. If they don't know who you are, they need to learn who the hell you are, man. Go ahead and plug your stuff so they can know.
Yes, sir. All those people in the chat, if you don't know who the hell I am Space Cowboy 17. You can follow me on YouTube. I will be dropping links in the description or chat box, whatever the hell. You can follow me on Twitter at SCCowboy17 and Instagram, The Real Space Cowboy 17. Voch, thank you so much. If you guys can, make sure to follow me. You're missing out on a lot of good stuff.
Appreciate it, man. Great call.
Right, brother.
Salute.
Yeah.
Man, oh, man. Still shook. Voch said Higbee was a good tight end. Higbee's a good tight end. Right. Plus, something else you got to think about, too, like the standard of tight end has gone down to where tight end is so rare, Austin Hooper-ass can come out here and get $30 million. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't saying that Higbee's like Higbee ain't Ertz and Kittle and all those guys, but Higbee straight. You know what? Kyle Rudolph is also not George Kittle or Travis Kelce. But if not taken care of properly, Kyle Rudolph can catch 3 touchdowns on you like he did versus Dallas last year. That's what I'm saying. And you don't want Higbee to be that guy. All right, short dog up. Well, Brandon from Frankly Football tapped out, so Brandon, you got to work your way back in this chain, man. You got to get back in this. You know what I'm saying, Brandon from Franklin football, man. But whenever you get back, well, there he goes. I'm gonna hold him down. So Brandon's up next. Short dogs on deck, and Uncle Charlie's in the hole. Y'all ain't hear what I said? I said Uncle Charlie is in the hole. Brand, I need you to hurry up, man, because Uncle Charlie in the hole, man. So I'm going to have to cut you down to 30 seconds, player.
Hey, man, I can't even interrupt one of the GOATs. But
matter of fact, I'm cutting you off right now to cut Uncle Charlie back. I'm cutting you off. I'm playing. Go ahead. I'm playing. Go ahead.
Man, Voch, I really do think that Cowboys fans love to see themselves in pain sometimes. Because
okay,
when you hear people bring up Tyron Crawford and $8 million, in my imagination, in my wild mind, I kind of see them saying it with like the face of like the Soldier Boy meme. $8 million,
right,
like that.
What'd he say?
But without
what'd he say?
$8 million,
right.
So I. And they say this without perspective.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not expecting Crawford to be Aaron Donald. I'm glad you mentioned it before I did, because what I like about having Tyron Crawford is that we don't need to have, like, the fire alarm blaring and try to rush Gallimore or Hill into position to be our 3 tech.
Right.
Ideally, I'd like them to be ready before the end of the season, but having Crawford allows them to progress at the pace that a rookie should, because outside of like your blue chip or like your prototypical guys, most interior D linemen do take like a year, maybe 2, to become, get their grown man body up under them.
Okay.
So it's just a little crazy. And people they throw a lot of salt on Tyron Crawford's name that I don't think he deserves.
Agreed.
Because I put some on the Twitter where I, listed a whole bunch of guys, some 1 tech, some 3 tech, who make similar money. But they don't get the sack production that we think that Tyron Crawford can get based on his history.
Even one of the names you had on there was like Linval Joseph, and he had like 2 sacks or something, right?
Yeah.
And Crawford is normally good for like 4 to 6, you know what I mean? But they would rather go with Linval Joseph because he's a name that they recognize. Somebody asked me about Marcel Darius. I'm like, why would we look for Marcel Darius? For what? Why would we have to kick the tires on Marcel Darius when we got guys that we don't have to kick the tire for,
Exactly. With Tyron Crawford, I'm expecting somewhere like Vinny Curry production. Yeah. Give me 5 sacks.
That's fine.
If you get 5 sacks from your interior, that's okay.
Cause we got D Law and Alden Smith and Everson Griffin, cause we can have whatever we like. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
And you want to know what make it really, really sick? That put the nipple on the titty, as you were saying.
What's that, sir?
Our team is going to be in position to score 40-plus points a game. We forgetting that we got a chariot on offense.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
And this is the way that I thought about it. This line never popped up in the movie, but in all of the trailers for Infinity War, one of the things that Thanos said was, "Fun isn't something one thinks about when balancing the universe." But this does put a smile on my face. That's how I see the offense. We going out there. Our goal is to really lay hands on the opposing defense. And having fun ain't something we thinking about when we get into a Super Bowl. But watching that score is gonna put a smile on my face when I watch the highlights in the coach's film.
Man, look, man. Harlem Hospital giving beds out. You killing them. Keep going. Talk to them. Talk,
man. So. We don't need Tyron Crawford to be Aaron Donald. We just need him to be better than Kerry Hyder. As we say about all of the other positions, we just need him to be better than Kerry Hyder.
That's it. Hey, man, you ain't saying nothing wrong, player. You ain't saying nothing wrong to me, man. I just think people don't like Tyron Crawford, and when they get stuck in their own ways, they don't like to grow, or they don't like to, switch up how they feel. Tyron Crawford is making low tier D line money. Like, maybe not bargain bin D line money, but he is a starter for you. He is a starter. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And he's been on top 10 defenses. And our linebackers are great when he's on the field. When he wasn't on the field, our linebackers look worse than they ever looked. He's reliable. Come on now. Just relax.
Absolutely. And one thing, like Chris, my co-host, like he mentioned, we underestimate Tyron Crawford's ability to be a mentor.
Sure.
We saw D-Law excel once he went under Crawford's wing. I'm really hoping that he could do the same for both of the young guys that are behind him on the interior.
Facts, because if anything, we do need mentors. Just like my man Cardo just said a little bit, Space Cowboy. He was saying, man, people calling our D line old. Like, we ain't really old. We got a lot of young guys and a handful of older cats. So if anything, when these guys aren't here anymore, like when Poe is gone and when Crawford probably will be gone and when Everson is gone, then our next crop of guys can move right into place, man. Tristan and Neville, they'll be good to go,
Absolutely. And I will say this, the only snacks I'm worried about is that line seeing that quarterback as a quick meal that they got to rush to. That's the only snack I'm worried. We don't need no more one touch.
Fair enough. That's all you got, man? What you good? What else you got?
That's all I got for you, man. I just need people to be cognizant of what they say. That's all I want.
Plug your YouTube channel when you get off the phone. Put the link in the chat box so people know where to find you.
No doubt. I am the other half of Frankly Football. You just heard my co-host, 2 people before me, set it off, Chris. Please click on our icon and the link that I'm going to put in the comments below if you want to hear more good conversation like this.
Hey, man, appreciate you, man. See, that's what we do here, man. Let me get him on the phone. I'll say this, though. Responding to my super chat early. Let me hit the button. Hold on. You going to talk about right tackle? What's your thoughts on that? We'll get in that a little bit. But what was that super chat? It said Adrian dropped a deuce in the super chat. Said hashtag Team Talk. Salute to you, Daniel Gannis. He dropped 5. He says, "What do you think about the Smith and Van Der Esch swapping linebacker spots?" I don't think anything of it. I think it depends on the scheme. And to be fair, I know a lot of people got a lot of questions, but I ain't got a lot of answers because we ain't got film to look at. Everybody uses Mike and Will linebackers differently. So in the past administration in Marinellaville, I just think that's fire. But in the past administration, they did 2 totally different jobs. If you listen to what Van Der Esch was saying, he was saying that, yeah, we Mike and Will and we switching, but our jobs are going to be similar. So that just could be a whole question that we ain't even got context for, right? So we would need some more film. I said on Twitter the other day, the fact that they withholding so much information from us with the training camp and the videos and all that, and I am in the content business, it's whack that I can't analyze what they doing, but to be fair, that's fine. But week 1, I normally try to do 3 films a week for for the regular season or whatever, but we might have to get 7 films in that week because there's so much stuff to break down and just to consume and digest, man. So we got a lot of questions about the defense. I think we have a pretty good idea about what the offense is, but the defense is gonna be totally different. So y'all are gonna get that obligatory CeeDee Lamb film session because hey, what what I'm saying? Come on, what I'm saying? But after that, week 1, we probably gonna be talking about a lot of defense, man. The differences, some of the highlight players, and how they did or whatever. So hey, man, get ready, man. Get ready, you heard? Man, we gonna go ahead and hold it down, man. Uncle Charlie, what's happening, man? What's good with you, man?
Man, what's up, nephew?
Man,
what's happening, man?
Man, listen, I'm having to cope with the idea that you're the entire Cowboys nation's uncle now. You was just my uncle at first. Cause at first you was just Charles to everybody. Chris was just Chris to everybody. But now it's set it off, Chris. It's Uncle Charles. You know what I'm saying? So I'm having to share you with everybody. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. But let me tell you something. Let me just send this out to the Cowboy Nation.
Right.
I want everybody to understand something right now. When I came on the Voch Lombardi show, I was deemed as Uncle Charles.
Damn.
At the Voch Lombardi show.
Oh.
He created my platform here
in the Box Lombardi show. Do you know who I'm talking to on this phone right now, Cowboy fans? I'm talking to a legend. This legend creates more legends. He created me. This is where it started it. So I'm going to get my comment. I want to say, love you, nephew. You know, I miss you, man. I'm getting rolling out here, bro. But let me tell you something. Ain't it nice, Voch? Ain't it nice, Cowboy Nation, that Dak is looking good and everything is working good. He's getting all his money, and then he come out on the practice field with his swag on 250. He ain't out smoking on Mike Tyson with a knock you on your ass. He ain't out here picking up geek monsters. He making his money. Let me tell you something, man.
Right.
Let me tell you something. A lot of people need to understand something.
Right.
I want people to stop saying, when you go to these family reunions, make sure you got some insurance. I had an uncle named Ranky Cheese, and every year he danced. This time, this family reunion, he wants to get on top of the picnic table and dance with some flip-flops on, telling him he can do the MC Hammer. I knew this wasn't going to work out too good. And all of a sudden, the nails were sticking out the table, on the picnic table, and it caught him in the big toe, knocked him off the table. He busted his head to the picnic, and all of a sudden, we thought he was dead. By the time the ambulance got there, they rolled him over and pulled his pants down, and man, they ain't found number 3 brown sugar babies in his drawers. So now, from now on, when y'all go to this family reunion, stop drinking. And I want to tell this to the Cowboy Nation. Tyrone Crawford is a lunch pail guy. I'd rather have Tyrone Crawford, the lunch pail guy, than the guy with the silk drawers on and the pinky finger. And I just want to say to you, Boss, I love you, bro. And in closing, I want to send this out to one of the guys out there, Bobby Valentino. Bobby Valentino, you don't got caught with a geek monster, now you don't got caught with a monster. Now, I know you're saying to him and telling him, I just want to get to know you, but you need to pay your bill. And I want to say that to the Cowboy Nation. I love you, Bosh. I love you always, and I was deemed here. And I'll always be deemed here, Uncle Charles. I love you, bro.
Listen, Unc, since you said that, man, I am glad to share you with everybody. You could be Uncle Charles at everybody else show, man, but you just put something on my mind, man. When you let everybody know where it all started, man, it just kind of humbled me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, but this is bigger than just my show, man. You belong to the nation now. So you Uncle Charles wherever you go, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, brother, you knocking down walls and creating legends, Bosh. That young cat over there, that Skywalker Stealer.
Yeah.
A lot of people came into the town and they didn't leave alive. But all they were saying, when we need direction and we need a game plan, we call him Boss Lombardi, baby. It's all good. Love you, bro.
Appreciate it, Unc. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, Skywalker up next, man. I tell him. I told him off the line one time. I told him he next, man. Just y'all go sub to him. That motherfucker, he up next. Shouts out to Big Game James. Shouts out to Law Nation, man. Shouts out to everybody, man. The Amalam. Amalam. He said Tyrone Crawford is a lunch pail guy. I would rather have a lunch pail guy than the guy that's wearing silk drawers and a pinky ring. Like, come on now. Hey, come on. Can we get this Uncle Charles? What if he was implying that Gerald McCoy was wearing, like silk drawers? Like you don't want your 3-tech wearing silk. Like, come on, get out of here. What are you doing? The silk drawers. You don't want your 3-tech wearing, your starting 3-tech wearing silk drawers. Come on. Whew. If y'all want to call into the show, the number to call in is 515-606-5187, access code 309-104. It's right there on the screen for you. It's in the description. Jesus, man. Short Dog up next. Shaq the Vikings fan is on deck. I think that's him. Let me say S. Edwards, and I'm just, putting 2 and 2 together. We'll see who it is. Then Jake the Great is in the hole. All right? Let's run it. Short Dog, what's good, sir? Que paso, man? Que paso?
What's up, my guy, Voch? I've been trying to get a hold of you from your vacation back, dog. Get some big stuff popping, bro.
Man, hey, man, the phones ain't been set up, man. But, hey, man, hit me with everything you got, man, because I know you've been holding it in, man. Hit me. Go ahead.
First thing, bro. First thing that I want to address. I don't want to get, hit, and I don't want people. I don't really care about it, but RJ Ochoa, dog. I had to go and set him straight, bro. Anybody that comes out, watch, look, I ain't into lip wrestling. I ain't in here Twitter fingering. I'm a real G. I'm certified. Watch, they have documentaries on me, my guy. I'm a real one. But I'll tell you one guy I fuck with. That's you. You're the only guy. I don't know the rest of the nation like that. I got respect for law, but you're the guy that's always giving me a place. But you're my guy. You're, to me, I've always explained you like you're like either Pimp C or Jay Prince, because you're always putting guys on, dog. Just looking at the bigger picture, playing chess. Everybody's playing checkers. So I went and called up RJ, dog. I checked him on his Twitter. I didn't even know what blogging all that shit was. I went and looked it up, bro. This is dick riding. I hit him a DM. I told him, look, I said, don't get mad because Voch speaks better Spanish than you. I said, the Mexicans, right now, I'm revoking your Mexican card, RJ Ochoa. You're Ochoa, my man. Don't be coming over here, Tio Taco, in it for me. You're a fucking sellout. I told him, don't get mad because Voch is more Mexican than you, has more Mexican fans. I said, what kind of budget do you have? How many people you have working for you? You have 5,000 subscribers, my dude.
Y'all
Voch
listen.
is about hitting 50, dog.
Escuchen.
I said, so if you want to do something, dog, I told you, if you want to do something, go ahead and have Voch tap you. Maybe you could get your subscription base up. Because if you're talking about content, original content,
How's that in Spanish?
There's only one guy with that content, dog. One guy, bro. I stopped watching Voch. I'm hardcore. I bleed and die for these boys. But I stopped watching ESPN, NFL Network, all that shit, because I just get it from you. If I want to see everything come in, I want to get the real facts from a true Cowboy fan. Look, I get them from you. Like, you know, when McCoy got hurt, I heard from you months before. We need the depth. You know, we need Crawford. We need these guys. Now he goes injured. Now they want Crawford. I heard that from you. Offensive line, we need to get these guys out here. We need to get this guy. Hey, bro, we're on that TI. You can get whatever you want. I'm going to answer 2 questions for everybody that seems to be worried about it. Chidobe Awuzie ain't going to play fucking safety this year, dog. He's not. They're going to have him play like a Micah Hyde role. He's had a lot of experience as a cornerback. It's his contract year, so it's going to be Clay Dix and Xavier Woods. And they're going to be better than Heath was last year. So just give him that. That's enough. And other than that, bro, like I said, I'm just hungry today. I'm just eating beef, dog. I put a target on RJ, bro. Blogging the boys is excommunicated. They don't got the Mexican pass. They don't got the hood pass. They can't come in for tacos, some chili sauce, none of that shit, bro. Second of all, I went and saw this other dude that's showing you real love. Kyle Kavanaugh shouted out my boy Voch. So I went and subbed to him and got about 100 other Mexicans to sub to him too. I said, let's fuck with the real ones, dog. The guys that are shouting out my boy on 105.1 The Fan. Because that's how I ride. I'm loyal. I'm right till we die, bro. We leave this ship or we leave dead. That's how it's always been, bro. But, Voch, appreciate you. Keep doing your thing, bro. And like I said, for these little guys that ain't worth your time, just send him to me, dog, because I'll eat it up. And you tell RJ I'm coming for him, bro. I'm coming for him,
short dog, what they don't understand, man, is you run your whole block. You El Chapo over there, you know what I'm saying? You run your whole section.
Know, bro.
They don't even know that.
They don't have a thing, dog. They don't have see, you're so tapped in, bro. I freak out on you, dog, because I get involved in politics. I know all that shit. You're so tapped in, 28 years old, the way you see things, the bigger picture, bro, the way you explain things, the way you handle yourself, the way you treat your guests. You ain't dick riding. You ain't out here trying to get some clicks for here. You say things if they like them or not, but you still have guys dying to get you refreshed, trying to get you up on that, bro. Like I'm saying, you're it, dog. They ain't nothing else, bro. I'm telling you, because game recognized game, you're the man, Voch. And like I said, dog, you come to New Mexico, you're stamped. I'll be in Dallas, so for some of these games, hopefully COVID's all right. But you know what, bro? You're my #1 guy, dog, and I'll always ride for you, bro. And that's a whole state riding for you and a whole race of some real ones, loyal ones. Not no Argale Choa talking about, 2 and 2, bro. Shut up. Choa, dog. I don't care if he goes and gets all those liberals to ban me. This shit ain't stopping, dog. But I got you, Voch.
Short
dog. I'm not gonna take no more time from you, bro.
You are a gentleman and a scholar, and you run your whole block, and they better put some spec on your name. You understand? Put some spec on your name.
All right, Voch. I'll get it if they want to give it or not, dog.
Appreciate
all right, bro.
Wait a minute. Appreciate it, short dog. That's some gangster shit. Wait. Hey, y'all can say what y'all want. If you tell somebody, hey man, they gonna give you your respect. And short dog say, man, I ain't worried about that. They ain't got to get it. So I'm going to take my respect. You listen to them. Let me hit the button. What my button there? say Voch back here spitting game, man. Voch out here like you know what I'm saying? He like Pimp C out here, man. Voch out here like Jay Prince or something. Voch be spitting all the knowledge out here. A sheep without a shepherd is still a sheep. A shepherd with no sheep is just a wandering man with a stick. That's Jay Prince, dog. That's that classic Jay Prince, man. Y'all better get up on your game. You know what I'm saying? Get up on your knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The art and science of respect. You heard?
Perfect.
You heard? Oh, jeez, man. All right, here we go. Whew. All right, then. Here we go. Hey, my shit one more time. Look, man. At the short dog calling, you gotta calm down and regroup. At the short dog call, you everybody just take a water break and just. You could have whatever you like. Yeah. I saw Lord Brunson in the chat box earlier. Shouts out to Brunson. He came in to check up on his favorite cowboy YouTuber. Salute to him. Salute to him. Brunson's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. He talk about Cowboys all day on Twitter, though. Boy. I never talk about Carson Wentz that much, but shouts out to him. Here we go. How long we been doing this? How long? What's my time look like? We had an hour and 8. All right, cool. Hey, listen. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the phone. I've been drinking water all day. I'm about to take a bathroom break, which will be 30 seconds. Y'all don't go nowhere. If you leave, I'm going to be incredibly upset. Don't go nowhere. We're going to restart this thing in 30 seconds. Hold on. Oh boy. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Yes, I wash my hands, but just because I know y'all be, you know what I'm saying? Big Sean said, I can't dap you without hands saying, don't know where your dirty ass hands been. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jay Prince said, I was whooping Big Call. All right. Here we go. Back into the phones. We got 5 callers. Let's get them in. We're going to wrap this thing up nicely, you heard? We're going to get these calls. Well, we got 6 calls now. My bad.
The conference has been locked.
There we go. Now we got 6. Nene counting. You messy. Nene, you messy. Don't be counting. Don't be counting my 60 seconds. You messy. What was I saying? All right, cool. So we're going to get these 6 callers in. I'm going to mingle in the chat box for about 10 to 15 or so minutes. Then I'm going to continue working on my film session because y'all know we do not stop working. The next film session I'm going to be working on is Tyron Smith versus Everson Griffin. The battle last year, they had a really good fight. There's a lot of people that thinks for some reason that Everson Griffin is washed now. Well, I just wanted to show the matchup between Everson Griffin and, I'll say like a top 3 best left tackle in the league, all right? I think that'll be good for y'all soul. I think that'll be good for your eyeballs and all that. You know what I mean? Short Dog still got me hyped, man. Look, man, Short Dog say RJ Ochoa getting his Mexican card taken away from him. Vacha more Mexican than him. More Mexican women love him. He cook Mexican food better. He speak better Spanish than you. And he was like, Vacha got the better content. In my mind, I'm like, I don't know how to say content in Spanish, but I can't say content in Spanish. Cam say, can we get one more shit? Short Dog say he got 100 Mexicans to unsubscribe from RJ Ochoa. Short dog the best, man. All right, listen. This is what we got. This our lineup. This our phone lineup before we get into the chat box. We got Shaq the Vikings fan. I think that's him, but we'll confirm that in a second. We got him up next. Jake the Great on deck, and Colin is in the hole. That's the first 3 of our 6 phone calls that we rocking with to end this show off. All right, let's run it for the cardio. This is Shaq Edwards from the chat box, right?
That is correct. You can hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, you good to go, my guy. So I'm about to platinum you up real quick since we know who you are. I'm going to put you down as Shaq the Vikings fan. However, if this is a bad call, I'm going to take your platinum away and I'm going to act like I don't see you next time. All right. But but Shaq, what's good, my guy? What you got for the show?
I just want to say, Cowboys fans, you guys got to relax. Stop trying to get rid of your core players for untapped potential. Like, you already got Zeke, who's what was his worst season? I know he never rushed for less than 1,000 yards. Granted, last year was a down year, I guess, for Zeke, only because y'all was passing more. That's what happened. It's either you're going to pass the ball or you're going to run the ball.
Sure.
As far as I want to give a special shout out to CD Lamb. That I never called in and gave you that special shout out on that part.
Appreciate you.
I didn't really believe I was going to get CD, but I did it somehow.
Because it was in the cards. We all knew, man. I just had a feeling in my bones. You know the one comment that just stuck out to me, and just everybody just go back to my live reaction draft video. When the Cowboys drafted CeeDee Lamb, Aisha in the chat box, she say, we need to protect Voch at all costs. I remember her saying that. That comment stuck out to me. Everybody was excited. But she was like, we just need to keep Voch safe just in case the Illuminati come to get him. I stand on that. Keep me safe, because I do this every year. I do this all the time. Y'all just now catching up. But go ahead, Shaq. I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
You should, man, because, out of all the YouTube, I really watch YouTubers talk about sports because, they don't really give you game. They just talk about what the ESPN and NFL never talk about. They don't really tell you, how a player is better than another player. They only go by stats, but you actually go in depth with it. You show us the film. You give us, the route concept, you actually take your time with this shit, and I can see that.
That's fair, man. I put in a lot of work, man. I appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, how about this though, Shaq? This is probably a good time to say it. I'm gonna start another second channel. There's a second channel that I've been working on, Voch's Voice, but I think I want to get into another second channel called Voch Lombardi NFL, to where I look at the other 31 teams or whatever. I think that'll be good for the brand. Chat box, y'all let me know if that's something y'all want to see. And Shaq, you being a Vikings fan, that'll probably work out for you as well. But go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely would love to see that because, you got the knowledge. Especially, I think you talked about before, you used to be an offensive line person. And, that's how I discovered your channel. The Vikings for years now had a bad offensive line.
Sure.
But we made shit happen because you won the Super Bowl. You got to make it work with what you got.
Sure. Fair enough. Makes sense, man. Makes sense. Shouts out to you for watching, watching for a long time and being around with all those hard times we was going through. But Peter's out though, Shaq. Shouts out to Joe Sandberg in the chat box. Fantastic question he just asked. You're a Vikings fan. Can you kind of let us know what we getting in Everson Griffin, sir?
All right. In Everson Griffin, y'all getting 100% production, 100% effort every play. He's going to give you his best every single down he's on the field. The only negative I could see with Everson, besides his age, is, he do jump off sides, very rarely. And you're okay, you get it. But that's his first step, his instinct, he's on go. That's where most of his sacks come from. He's ready to go get the quarterback so that the ball is tight.
Okay.
So, at worst, you can check the stats when he was on the Vikings. His worst 2 years was the year he had the little issue, and he was out for the season. Well, half the season because of the mental issue. And his, I think his sophomore year with us, he only had 4 sacks, but he didn't start. Every other year, he only had 8 or better.
So as long as he got his weed to calm him down, he gonna be good to go. And they ain't testing for it neither. They ain't testing for it neither. Hold on. Ooh, chat box. That's another angle I ain't never think of. They talking about Everson Griffin and his mental problems. They not testing for weed no more. As long as he got his little tree. Oh, I'm about to put that on Twitter right now.
And for $6 million, I think he can get that easily 12 sacks.
Yes, sir.
Easily. Because everybody's gonna be too focused on D-Law.
Fair enough. Makes sense. What else you got, Shaq?
I also wanted to say, my even though I'm not a Cowboys fan, my I guess advice would be the only negative I could see from the Cowboys last year, so why I couldn't make it further was they had a hard time stopping the run game for a lot of teams.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree.
Our defense wasn't that bad.
Sure. Sure. We were we've been really good versus the pass for 2 years now, contrary to what people believe. I know we like to think our corners are bad, but we just couldn't tackle running backs. We couldn't tackle Aaron Jones. We couldn't tackle Dalvin Cook or Madison for that matter. You know what I'm saying? So I think we improved that though, man. I think we're gonna fill our gaps a little better. We got better talent in there, and I just think we just having a better feel. You know what I'm saying? Just a breath of fresh air on defense will probably help us out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? In all those matters or whatnot. So I agree. I'm with you.
Yeah, and that's really all I have to offer to the show. Cowboys fans, don't give up hope. Y'all got maybe, I'd say, an easy schedule ahead of y'all, that division. The only team I would worry about is maybe the Eagles, but I know you, Voch, you're not worried about Carson Wentz.
We gonna beat the shit out of the Eagles, man. Appreciate you, brother. Shaq, I've just made you platinum now. Shaq, the Vikings fan. So next time you call in, you'll go straight to the top. And the Cowboys actually play the Vikings this year again. They seem to make that a rivalry or whatever. So November 22nd, it'll be good to hear from you, brother.
Right. Best believe I'll be calling you. Win or lose.
Yes, sir. don't call me if y'all win. I ain't gonna answer the phone for you. I ain't gonna get nobody. Right, cool. Let's get back to the phone, man. See what y'all talking about. Who else up in here? Let's see what my chat box talking about. I'm not sure. I ain't trying to hear from Jamal, man. Jamal just want to come in and talk about 49ers all day. We could be talking about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. He'll be like, hey, man, Jimmy Garoppolo make Jimmy Garoppolo make peanut butter. I ain't trying to hear from Jamal today, man. We got Jake the Great up next, Colin on deck, and okay, then we'll get into 336, see who that is. We'll keep this gravy train running. We'll get into the chat box for a little bit, and Jake the Great here we go, flying them airplanes in NASA again. Jake the Great, what's good, man?
What's happening, Voch, man? Welcome back, man. How's the vacation?
Man, it was good, man. The key word in vacation is vacate. And I just got away from got away from all the work and just focused on myself for a little bit. Everything was everything. What's good with you, brother?
Man, just sliding here through Indiana on my way to Missouri. Man, what I was gonna say before I say that, man, shout out to Uncle Charlie, man. Shout out to Short Dog, best tacos in Albuquerque, New Mexico, man. You know what I'm saying? And man, do you feel it in the air, dog? Do you feel it?
You can have whatever you like. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, listen, I'm loving everything. Just with the whole turning the cameras off. I would love to see it because I know you're going to break down some fire content. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to see it. That's part of that soft culture that Jason Garrett was part of, that pretty boy culture where people in practice doing dances and shit. The hell with all that.
Let me say this though. Let me say this to you. Hey, yo, Jack, peep this out, man. You been watching the interviews on .com or whatever. Mike McCarthy, he don't smile. He don't want to be there. He not happy. He just want to talk football, man. Go ahead.
Hey, I love it. You don't want to be there. Jason Garrett just smiling and then like, yo, man, this ain't Princeton. We ain't having no. You know what I'm saying? No public gathering. You don't want to be there, and I love it. You don't want the cameras in, and I love what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the whole defense. And one thing I want to know, was our coaches that bad last year? I mean, like, you have a player like Jalen Smith. You know this brother can run around. Why you have him dropping back and getting receivers and coverage and shit? We can see. we're not coached, but we can see what's going on. Like, how bad were these coaches? Like, really, man? Like, terrible coaching, man. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, I thought Chris Richard was terrible from the beginning. But my whole thing with Jason, I at least thought Jason was cool enough that the talent on the team could pull you up. But hey, even I learned lessons. You know what I'm saying? Voch Lombardi don't know everything. I learned lessons. It don't matter how much talent you got, you need that extra advantage. You know what I'm saying? We could beat the regular teams, but when the other team has a coaching advantage, then you kind of need your coach to be on par with that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't get it done with talent alone. I thought Jason Garrett is a cool. I still think he's a cool coach. It's just that we don't need what he's offering. I think he'll be fine over there with the Giants because they a bad team trying to get good. We were a good team trying to win a Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? So we just kind of, you know what I'm saying? We just kind of ran out of room for him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But Mike McCarthy, man, it seems like Mike is in more control and he complies less. Because if anything, we know Jerry Jones want to be in the media. Jerry want to be seen. Jerry want them cameras at practice. But the first thing Mike McCarthy said is take them goofy ass cameras up out of here. We're not recording practice today. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
So yeah, it's different,
man. It's different, and I gotta embrace it. I don't want nobody calling up here talking about last year and that Vikings fan said I feel we don't need no pity. We gonna wreck shit, man, next year, man. The whole culture of that defense, and men gonna follow men that been there before. I'm not gonna follow you if you ain't been there before, because ain't nothing you can tell me.
Right.
But you can hear it in the players' voice that Mike McCarthy's been there before, man, and we're gonna do the whole thing. But I don't want to sit there and talk, you know what I'm saying? I got to drive, can't get too hyped. But, man, we're going to do the thing. I'm instead of telling it 15-1, straight to the Super Bowl, man. Have a good day, though. That's all I got, man.
I tell you what, Jake the Great, before I let you go, they always want to let us know that we don't have Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, Mike McCarthy ain't never had Zeke. He ain't never had Coop Gallup and Lamb. He ain't never had a line like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he ever had a defense like this. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. It's time.
One more thing before I go.
Go ahead.
Check this out, right?
Go ahead.
Remember when the Giants won the Super Bowl, they had this little special thing called the NASCAR package?
Yes, sir.
Now, with all these pass rushers that we got, if we would do something like that, how do you think that lineup would go? And that's all I got, man.
I think Crawford is going to be doing some one-tech stuff. I don't want to do this too much, but I think he's going to be doing some one-tech stuff. I think whichever D lineman works the best at B gap, whether that be ALDON, whether it be well, hold on. That's a great question because watch this. Assuming Randy comes back, right? I can give you a scenario. If I get to rush 5 people, then I can put Crawford at 1 tech. I can put Griffin at 3, D-Law outside in a 3-point stance, Randy standing up on the other side, then Alden Smith standing up blitzing outside of D-Law. I can make that happen.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's my no messing around. It's 3rd and 10. Get your ass off the field package. Like, we ain't messing around. You got to throw it and these boys are coming. You know what I mean? That package. But yeah, man, I'm going to let you go let these other callers come in, though, man. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, y'all, listen. Let me wait like 20 seconds for Jake the Great to cut his YouTube back on so he can hear what I'm saying. Let me give him like 10 seconds. There was a point to where he was driving. And you know what I'm saying? Jake the Great love to talk, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Normally when you listen to him, he drive, he love to talk, and he got a lot of points. But there was a bump that we heard, and I thought he wrecked his car. I thought he wrecked the truck or whatever. There was a bump that we heard, and all of a sudden he was like, hey, man, let me concentrate on driving. I'll call you back. And then Brandon said he got a body in the trunk. I was like, hey, I was like, Jake the Great got a body in the trunk. But listen, if he wants a body in the trunk, if he likes to have a body in the trunk, let Jake the Great have a body in the trunk. Because you want to know why? Y'all want to know why Jake the Great is allowed to have a body in the trunk? If he wants to have a body in the trunk, you want to know why it's cool for Jake the Great to have a body in the trunk? Chat box, what y'all think? Why y'all think it's okay for Jake the Great to have a body in the trunk? Because you could have whatever you like. Yeah. I just asked that Jake the Great make sure that person he got in the trunk is well fed and hydrated, because you don't want a kidnapping charge to be turned into attempted murder. Study your charges, all right? Listen, we got 4 more people on the phone. Colin is up next. 336 is on deck. 870 is in the hole. We got 4 people all together. Let's run it for the cardio. Let's get them in here. Colin, what's happening, sir?
What's up, dog? How you doing, boss?
Everything's everything, my guy. How are you?
Man, I'm just chilling. How you is?
Man, life is good, man. What you got for the show?
Man, I just want to say, man, hey, it's about time we finally got that defensive line to be a man-among beast. You know what I mean?
Fair. Yes, sir.
Because you know, I've been hoping for the Dallas Cowboys to buff up their defensive line for years. You know what I mean? Because the offense, you know, the Tony Romos of the world, the Dez Bryants of the world, the Jasons, the Murrays, you know, all of them great players. But if we don't have a defensive front or a defense at all, it doesn't matter, because everybody was running the ball on us every time. So it's about time we finally got some new coaches in here, some brand new experience, some veterans. And hey, all I gotta say is, man, I just can't wait for that front seven just to eat. That's all I'm hoping right there.
We all thrilled, man. We all excited. And you know what's so interesting is that I don't think we've ever gone into a season with this much ambiguity. You know, we normally have some idea of what's going on. Like the other thing last year that we had no clue is what Kellen Moore was going to do. Like we didn't know what Kellen was going to be like. But going into this year, we don't know what that D-line going to look like. We don't know how good CD going to be. We don't know what the defensive scheme going to be. Chris Richard is gone, so we don't know how much better our DBs are going to. It's so many questions we got. Are our linebackers going to be better because of the D-line or whatever? Like, it's so much we got to think about, man. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
I think because, you know, we never know. It could blow in our face. It could be another disaster year, but with these new players, I think it's going to be a whole different season. And another thing, I just want, you know, folks out there, the people, just to chill out on, you know, the secondary and the safety. Because when you look at it, because I was thinking, there was this other team that won 2 Super Bowls these last past decades. And they happen to be, and they just so happen to be in our division.
Giants.
They had to be the New York Giants. You know what I mean? Because I was looking at their roster. They didn't have no jumping out of a corner, you know, in the backfield.
Sure.
Who they had? Aaron Ross and some other scrub they had in the back.
You know better than me. But they had Strahan and Human Ura and Kiwanuka.
Exactly.
They had droves. They had waves of guys, is what you're saying. Sure. And the Cowboys got waves of guys. The Cowboys got waves now. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right. Because watch this. Because last year, when D-Law comes off the field to take a break, Dorrance Armstrong goes out there. Now, when D-Law takes a break, Aldon Smith goes out there. You see what I mean?
Right. Because it don't matter who you have in your secondary. You can have the top-notch corner or whatever, but if you don't have a pass rush or a rotation in that front 4, then your corner going to get tired. Somebody going to get open. So with that front 7, because I know Jalen Smith and Vander Esch and Sean Lee, they just going to wreck up in the front. And with that, it's going to help out that secondary, especially that safety, whoever it is. So that's all I'm saying.
Hey, man, I appreciate hey, great call, man. You made some great points. I totally agree with all of them. I can't wait to see what's going to happen, man, especially since, you know what I'm saying, Mike is not filming practice or whatever for the most part. But so when it's time, man, it's going to be time. Colin, great call, sir. Salute to you.
Salute to you, Vontae. You take care, brother. Hey, Doski Woski.
Peasky Whiskey. You can have whatever you like. Somebody sent me a GIF on Twitter. Shouts out to Extract. Somebody made a GIF of a play at Cowboys practice. He say, "Voch, what do you see from this clip?" That lets you know how starved we are. You know what I'm saying? That we about to go crazy over like somebody steal pictures of CeeDee Lamb catching a football, or somebody send me like a 3-second GIF of a play. Yes, I'm gonna break down this GIF and get 10 talking points from it. Of course I am. Of course let me hit the button again. Of course I am. Get the hell wrong with y'all. Anyway, we got 3 callers that ain't platinum, but I would love to hear what everybody got to say. I don't know if I'm gonna put them on clock game yet. They may be a little extreme for their first time calling. Somebody they may have called in before, but they just ain't platinum. So let's see what we got here. Let's kind of hear what they got to say. See if they can earn a little bit of platinum status. I'm gonna make this a little bigger so I can see. We got 336 up next, 870 on deck, and 214 in the hole. Let's see. Let's just see. Let's see what we got. 336. What's up? Who this?
What's going on, Voch? This is D. Nizzy calling from North Cackalack.
D. Nizzy from North Cackalack. What's up, my guy?
Voch, I am subscribed. I have notifications on. I listen to you all the time. Fritz, the whole crew. But I never call in. But I was like, I kept saying I was going to call in, but I was like, I need to call in because I need to talk to Voch. I need to talk to all the young Cowboy fans because Voch, I am 50 years old. I've been a Cowboys fan since I was 5 years old. I've went through everything. 1 in 15. Watch Tom Landry get fired.
Damn.
Watch Tony Dorsett get traded. I've been through it all. I was there when Jerry said, we must win, we will win, win is the name of the game. I was there. I was pissed off because of the way he fired Tom Landry. I wasn't pissed off that Tom Landry got fired, but Tom Landry got fired so unceremoniously, and Tom Landry's name is not on anything. I do not disagree with Lombardi being on the Lombardi trophy. But I feel like Tom Landry should be on the George Howard Trophy because Tom Landry's a man of innovation. We're talking about the architect of the shotgun. We're talking about the architect of the 4-3 defense. And young fans, I was 25 when the Cowboys won in 95. I was 25 years old. So I know what it's like when the Cowboys are at the top of the football universe. I know what it's like to say, how about them Cowboys, and they can't say anything in rebuttal. They can't, and that time is at hand. People know it. People know. I'm telling you, this is how I felt after we lost in the playoffs, and I was like, next year we win in the Super Bowl.
D. Nizzy, can I just say something? Can I just say something that just rang true to me, that just resonated with me, just off what you just said, sir? If the Cowboys win a Super Bowl this year, they gonna be sick of hearing from me, fam. I've been tormented so long. Not just me. We all a family here. Everybody in the chat box listening. We've been tormented and talked about for so long. They love to bring up that number. They love to talk about how long it's been. We win the Super Bowl this year. Good luck to them because they're gonna be sick of me. I'm gonna lose so many subscribers because they're not gonna want to hear all this Cowboy smoke when it happens, my good sir. So I feel what you're saying when you say, how about them Cowboys, and they can't say nothing back. Go ahead.
Voch, I want to tell Cowboy Nation, I know we're afraid to be excited, and I know that we get badgered for being excited, unlike any other fan base. Why is it okay for Cleveland to be excited, and they've never been to a Super Bowl? You're talking about 25 years. The last time Cleveland won, Jim Brown was their star running back, and that was pre-Super Bowl era. You know what I'm saying? So, Cowboy Nation, it's okay to be excited because this is an exciting time. It's not that Jason Garrett was a bad coach. The problem was this. The job was too large for Jason Garrett because your first coaching job cannot be the Dallas Cowboys. Your first coaching job cannot be the Los Angeles Lakers. Your first coaching, that's why Luke didn't win, Walton. And your first coaching job cannot be the New York Yankees. Those teams are too big. And when those teams win, it's a big deal. Do you even know who won the World Series last year?
I don't watch baseball.
But when the Yankees, when the Yankees win, you know it.
Right.
I'm not a Yankee fan.
Right.
You know, when the Lakers win the championship, you know it.
Right.
Because those teams are huge. And when the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, you know it because it's a big thing. You know, we're going to win. As far as our defense, Watch, you're a football guy.
Sure.
Now, can you honestly tell me that what we're putting out there on the field defensively, can you see a team scoring more than 30 points on that defense?
No, because
there's no way.
I think that we cover all the bases. You know, it's going to be hard to find a matchup on us, and you know there will be some matchups, but the problem is how many offenses are going to have the pieces to match up with that. You know, we have linebackers that can run. We have pass rushers. We have a solid interior defensive line. You know what I mean? So if they want to come at anything, I mean, they could say go at us in the air, but we're not a bad team versus the pass. Like we're a bad run team. You know what I mean? And we fix most of those problems. So I think as long as we disguise the defense, and that was some mess that Chris Richard wasn't doing. As long as we disguise what we're doing, we'll be fine.
Hey, Voch, we have a better defense than the Kansas City Chiefs. But the thing about the Kansas City Chiefs is their defense could play free because they know their offense can score points. They know it. So they're going out there relaxed. They're not afraid of getting beat because Pat gonna get back. Pat gonna get it back.
Sure.
You know, Patrick Mahomes, he gonna get it back. So they know that we can score points, and we have a DB that we can trot out there if they want to get cute with these tight ends. We have DBs that we can say, go get them. You know, we can put Trayvon Diggs on a tight end, and I'm comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially after he gets a few games under his belt. You know, he's gonna need some time toward the mid-season, later season, when he gets a little time. We could put him on tight ends. We could put him on that tight end in Philadelphia, and I'm cool with him being on Ertz. I'm cool with him being on week one. I'm cool with him being on Cooper Kupp. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So, and we got 3 head coaches on our staff. 3 head coaches. You know what I'm saying? We got Mike McCarthy, we got Nolan, we got Joe Philbin. They all been head coaches. So they all know what's going on, and we got a guy who has credentials. We need a guy who has credentials. Mike McCarthy has credentials. You know, you could see it. I saw Zeke talking in the press conference. He had a crooked grin on his face. Mm-hmm. A crooked grin like y'all just have no idea what's coming at you. You know, Tony Pollard is a starting running back in this league. I did not say he was a bell cow running back because those are far and few. Right. But a starting running back that you can give the lion's share of the carries on the team, that's why I don't know if he's getting a second contract because he's that good. He's a starter, but he can't start on this team because we got the best running back in football. You know, back when I was your age, Watch, it was Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith.
Right.
Now it's Saquon Barkley and Zeke. And they're saying the same thing about Saquon that they said about Barry Sanders. They gave him all this and I love Barry Sanders. But I was like 3rd and 2. Who would you give the ball to 3rd and 2? Emmitt or Barry? You got to give the ball to Emmitt. Barry Sanders wasn't even in goal line offense packages. Barry Sanders wasn't out there most of the time. If you go look at that footage, why would Barry Sanders not be in there down at the goal line?
Fair.
And he wasn't. So Emmitt, would we take Emmitt out goal line situation? Because Barry Sanders was a more talented athlete, but he wasn't a better running back. Saquon is a more talented athlete, but he's not a better running back than Zeke. He's just not. Zeke is so fundamentally sound in his approach. That's why it's hard to get a good hit on him. Emmitt very fundamentally sound in his approach. It was hard to get a good hit on Emmitt. And how many times did you see Emmett go backwards? I've seen Barry go backwards. Emmett don't go backwards. Emmett fall forward. Zeke fall forward. I've seen Saquon lose yardage because they're not the technical running backs that Zeke and Emmett are. But Zeke's not going to get the credit. Emmett didn't get the credit because it's the offensive line, it's not Emmett. And same thing with Zeke. It's the offensive line, it's not Zeke. You know? And it's foolishness. But you know, I ain't going to hold you up, brother, but I'm going to be calling in more, you know what I'm saying? It's D-Nizzy88. You know, I've been watching all you guys. Young Cowboy fans, the time has come. It's okay to be excited. You know why? Because you are a fan. The root word fan comes from fanatic, which means you do not have to be reasonable all of the time. Was it reasonable to think that the Lakers could lose to Detroit Pistons? They should have killed the Detroit Pistons in the title game, but they lost because it's sports. It's sports. You be excited, Cowboy Nation. This is our time. I am telling you, I have not felt this way since '92. Which, by the way, we had the #1 ranked defense in 1992. So people thought it was all about offense? No. We was crushing people. We had a defensive tackle by the name of Tony Casillas, who nobody talks about, but he was like Tyrone Crawford. He was the leader of our defense. You know? He was the leader. He was the heart and soul defense. Why would people respect Tyrone Crawford? Why would the teammates respect him like that if he didn't do anything for the team?
Right.
The NFL's not like that. If you ain't doing nothing for the team, we don't need a cheerleader. We already got cheerleaders right over there. So if you ain't out here helping the team, that's why Gerald McCoy couldn't stay with the team. You got to be out here helping the team. You know? And that's what Tyrone Crawford does. He helps the team. People talking about D-Law had a bad year last year. Tyrone Crawford wasn't there. If you look at the times when our defensive line's wreaking havoc, 98 is out there in those clips. When 98 ain't out there, we struggle because he's that type of guy. Somebody has to sacrifice for the greater good of the defensive line. And he's that dude. He sacrifices.
Fair enough,
you know,
D-Niz.
Like,
fair.
But I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay. Appreciate. Hey man, look, I just made you platinum. So D-Nizzy from North Carolina. When you call back, I got you, man. Appreciate you.
All right, bro. I'll keep on watching. And Cowboy Nation, let's do this, and let's do it with class because we're Cowboy Nation. Everybody want to be us. You know what I'm saying? Do it with class, young people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute. I was thinking about this though. D-Nizzy made an interesting point. He was like, "Is our defense better than Kansas City?" And it kind of put me in this thought, right? Because if anything, Kansas City, like they got like they're big names, right? They got like Frank Clark, Chris Jones, and Honey Badger. Cool. So do we have a 3 guys that stack up to that? I would say our version of that is like D-Law, Van Der Esch, Everson Griffin, right? So we got 2 defensive ends that we feel really good about. We got 2 linebackers that we feel really, really good about. Mind you, their 2 linebackers were 2 guys that we didn't pay. I would say that their safety is better, but who they got playing corner? I know they had another guy we let go. They had Ward and they had Ward playing, and yeah, Breeland's out or whatever. So who they got playing one tech? He better than Dontari Paul? He I really think that's an interesting question. I think that's a question worth asking and getting into. And the reason he asked it was because, hey, if they can win a Super Bowl with the guys they got on defense, so can we. Interesting question. Fair enough. Shouts out to Drew, man. He's a Cowboy fan. I'm not your son, but he's a Cowboy fan. What it is about these people from these other teams that love to hear us talk, man? They love to hear us talk about our people. What is it, man? What is it? They love to hear us talk about, because they Cowboy fans deep down inside, man. They love who we are. Our team is just a lot more interesting than theirs, man. They just don't want to hear about their team. They fall asleep listening to their team, man. They try to talk themselves out of this nightmare. They try to talk themselves out of this nightmare, but we're not going nowhere. The Cowboys ain't going nowhere. Let's get into these last two callers. But y'all can't be on the phone that long, though. I kind of let D Nizzy slide because I was thinking, and I ain't think to cut him off, but I can't let. 870, that's Mississippi. Who this? Mississippi? This Mississippi?
No, this is Arkansas. Texarkana, Arkansas.
Arkansas? All right, then.
Is,
Arkansas. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Voch, how's it going? The first time calling you, and I just want to say I really appreciate your technical aspect of the whole game, and my question is about Tristan Hill. Do you think he's going to step up now that McCoy is injured, and out and everything? You think he might see the light and get better? And also about the special teams, I think we need some headhunters, for like kick coverage, and I just wonder, what do you think about that?
Before I answer your question, can you just say one time on the phone real loud, "My son works"? Can you just say that one time?
My son? Yeah, I did it once with Law. You were listening. Does my son works? What is this?
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me hit my. Wait. I need my button. Hold on. We will be at the Waldorf Astoria. The Cowboys will be at the Waldorf Astoria practice field.
Yeah. Take him to the Waldorf Astoria. Bathe him thoroughly.
I forgot your damn question, man. Hold on. This Cecil?
Cecil? Yeah, Cecil, yeah.
Okay, okay. Gotcha, I got you. All right, cool. Now, what was your question? My bad. I was having too much fun. Go ahead.
Oh, it's all right. No, I was just thinking about Tristan Hill, with McCoy being injured. Will he see the light and really get it together this year? And also, I was just thinking, we really need some headhunters on, kick coverage, cause turnovers, and what do you think about that?
Well, Tristan Hill, I think a lot of people put him in an unfair spot because they were comparing him to veterans that have been in the league for like 5 or 6 years. But if you think about guys that are drafted around the time he's drafted, they just don't come in the league and just tear the game up week one. If you think about drafting, like guys like L.J. Collier, guys like Dalen Mack, guys like Wren, guys that we were looking at that we could have drafted around the time that we drafted him. They don't come out week one just good. Guys that do that are guys that are drafted first round, like early first round guys. So with Tristan, we need him to get in his man body. We need him to develop, eat some peanut butter sandwiches and drink some milk so he can grow a little bit. So when y'all see these miscellaneous clips, and I know y'all saw it because y'all been on the social medias, you look at Tristan Hill and go, hey, Tristan got a little bigger, huh? Because that's what happens when you're in these off-season programs, right? So if you put that size with his first step, of course Tristan Hill gets better. He gets better and better. So yeah, I think he'll be better than he was last year, and I think even next year he'll be better than that. If you look at guys around the league, like Brandon Graham took 3 years to get good. Guys like Jaron Reed took 3 years to get good. So I think we need him, but we're blessed to have a guy like Crawford because we don't have to rely on Tristan right now. He could just stay in that rotation. Right. Neville Gallimore could just stay in that rotation, but we can rely on Crawford. So next year, then they'll take the next step. In terms of kicking game, one thing I like about these coaches is every coach we've acquired, they've gotten players that fit what they do. It's not just we'll have a random player and they're forced to deal with whatever guys that we got. Hey, we got George Edwards. Let's go bring in some former Vikings. We got former Packers coaches. Let's bring in some former Packers. We got Bones Fossil. He went to go get his kicker, and he had his pick of guys that he want to be his gunners, to be his kickoff guys. So when you look at guys, I think Reggie Robinson, the corner that we got in the 4th round, I think he's a guy that's going to be doing a lot of kicking game stuff, and he's very physical. I think C.J. Goodwin was brought back to be physical. Just some of the linebackers we have, I think some of those guys are going to have to be a little more physical. So, you ain't saying nothing wrong yet. You ain't saying nothing wrong. You're right about that.
Yeah, we get that, and I also saw where they were thinking about putting C.D. Lamb back and returning. What do you think about that? You think there's an interest aspect of that, or should we keep him off, or what do you think about that?
I want to use CeeDee Lamb as much as we use Dez Bryant, right? I don't want to. I don't want to necessarily use him all the time because if he gets hurt on punt team, I'm gonna be sick and I'm gonna stop watching football. So think about how we use Dez. We had Dez and Dwayne Harris at the time. So if the other team is kicking from the 50, where like it's a touchback or we just got to field the ball like we're inside of our own 20, then put somebody else out there to catch it. Put Jordan Lewis out there to catch if you want to. But if the other team is really backed up, and we'll catch the ball around the 50, and we actually have a chance to return it, then we can let CeeDee Lamb go out there and run in space because the best thing about CeeDee Lamb is running in space. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like putting a three-point shooter out. I know what you're talking about.
Fair enough.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I know there's some other brothers on the line. I don't want to hold up all your time, but it's been a pleasure. You take care, okay?
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Brother Cecil. I just made you platinum, so next time you call in, your name will say Cecil parentheses James Earl Jones. Let me get you in quicker than that, all right?
All right. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Salute.
All right. Take care now.
All right. Cecil, let me ask you. Cecil, hello?
Yeah.
Have you ever done like voiceover work or whatever? Because look, what I want to do is me and Big Game James gonna have like a one-on-one match or whatever. I would like you to narrate that since you're Cowboy Nation's Morgan Freeman. I would like for you to narrate that. Like you ever done voiceover work before?
You know, I haven't, but I think I could adapt to it like a fish to water. It work okay. I think I could do it.
Hey man, go out there and make your money. Appreciate you, Brother Cecil.
All right, take care of yourself.
Yes, sir. Brother Cecil came in and said, well, Voch, I have a few questions. I want to talk about the like, fam, we're not finna walk past your radio voice like this, all right? We ain't just finna walk past this and act like we don't hear you right now. We're gonna address this radio thing, this King Jaffe Jofer, then we're gonna talk football, man. Cecil came in this thing, and look, this is the best part about it. I just watched Star Wars for the first time like 2 weeks ago. I should have asked him to say something like Star Wars. My bad. We got the last call on the phone. We're going to get into this call to see who this is, and we're going to decide as a chat box if they're worth platinuming or not. The last two callers have been platinumed. I think we're off to a good start. So we're going to hear from this caller, and then we're going to talk in the chat box for a little bit. Miss Jackie in the chat box. Hey, Miss Jackie. And then we're going to move on with our life, all right? Miss Jackie gives great hugs. I would love to get a hug from Miss Jackie, but COVID, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want her to catch none of my COVID or whatever. So we're gonna have to find a way to get. I'm gonna have to put 3 masks on to hug Miss Jackie, see what's going on. 214, you're the last call of the day. Who this?
Hey, best for last, boss. What's up? This is Andrew from Dallas, man. How you doing?
That's what I'm talking about, Andrew from Dallas. Best for last, man. I'm good, my guy. What you got for the show?
Not much, man. I just gotta say, honestly, I can't say I'm happy about it, but, man, I feel a little bit better for my Eagles fans out there. I know they're ready to give up on the season when we got Gerald, McCoy, and Everson Griffin, man. You know, Nate Solder couldn't opt out fast enough, man. He saw that, got scared.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, bro, before we released him, I was excited because, you know, Gerald McCoy, even if he's on the bench, on the sidelines, having him as a coach, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, now he should get on LinkedIn, start applying for a janitor position at the Star. I need him on my practice field. I need him watching out, giving Tristan Hill some tips. Neville Gallimore, all of that.
Sure. But we can't make him a janitor though, man. You know, he could just come in as like a consultant, man. You know what I mean? But we can't have him coming in changing light bulbs and stuff. That wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair to Gerald. But go ahead though. What else?
Hey, he's already getting that cool. He's getting that cool $3 million though. So I mean, he can't be hurting too much.
Fair enough.
Hey man, I do want to notice. I saw you on vacation, man. You're still grinding, bro. That's all I can tell. You love your craft. You're working on your craft. It's supposed to be you time. You're still out here dropping knowledge, dropping live streams, bro. So I just want to say I appreciate you, Voch.
Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for being a part of this thing, man. I need as many people watching as possible, man, so we can make this thing even bigger than what it is right now. So appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Last question, Voch. One last question.
Mm-hmm.
You got your lawnmower?
Do I have a lawnmower?
Yes, sir. Because we're going to find the snakes this season, man. You get the lawnmower out, get the lawnmower ready. We're going to find out who the snakes are this season.
I hear you, my guy. I hear you. Drew from Dallas. That's all you got, Drew from Dallas?
Yes, sir. That's all I got. Thank you.
Hey, man, I appreciate you for the call, man. Drew from Dallas. I'm going to remember you next time. Appreciate it. Now, chat box. I am here to answer your questions. For whatever reason, you may not have been able to check in on the phone. That's cool. You may have talked up your anytime You may be from London or something, and you can't be, you know what I'm saying, like all like Roman and international, what you calling or whatever. You may be sitting next to somebody taking a nap, and you don't want to speak too loud and you know ruin their peace and tranquilities. Whatever that situation is, if you didn't call, but you have a question, hit me up in the chat box. I'm reading all chats and super chats right now, and I will respond to them. I'll give y'all a smooth little 16 minutes. We can do this till 4 Central. Something like. I'll pull up the chat box in a second. We got some chat box stuff. All right, so super chat Kappa Lewis. Capilite Lewis. He dropped 3 in the super chat. He says, tell Skywalker to change his name back. He's branding as Cowboy Universe now, sir. So we're gonna let him run that. But it's the Dallas Cowboys Universe, you know, by Skywalker still. So shouts out to him. Would love to hear your thoughts on the Vikings offensive line as to what they're doing wrong during Cowboys versus Vikings 2020. That's what I would be scouting for next year's draft. Okay, cool. Hey, when we get into it, and if the D line smoking the Vikings O line, you're gonna see a lot of that anyway. But I'll keep my eyes open for that. Can we get a how about them Cowboys? Followed by a war call. There you go, my good sir. There you go, my good sir. There you go, my good sir. All right. So we're going to keep the super chats on the side in case I need them. Chat box, what are your questions? Let's see. I have no idea any of this happened. I got another podcast I'm doing later this week. So I got to research some of them topics there that they got for me. Showing love to my peoples and all that. All right. Here we go. Voch, what do you think about John Vay showing out in practice again this season? You know, John Vay was a rookie last year. You know, he's a second-year player now. We'll see. If he hold on to the ball, he good to go. He good to go. Let's see. Miss Jackie said, let's go Cowboys. Facts. Okay, these damn other folks with the language. Yeah, who is this speaking a language that we don't understand? Like John Wayne. Yes, John Wayne. I didn't say I didn't. You assume I did. Why the hell they cutting? Can y'all hear me still? Can y'all hear me with all this? These hoes ain't cut grass all month. But they gonna cut it at 347. They gonna cut grass at 347. Jesus. Let me scroll this shit back a little bit. All right, let's see. Voch, how do you think our special teams will turn out this year? Better. We was 32nd last year. You can't get no worse than 32nd. Because there's only 32 teams in the league. K. Francis says, does losing McCoy change your expectations of the defense? Sure. Whenever you get a little worse somewhere, you know, yeah, you do expect to be a little worse there. But I think we'll be fine, though. I still think we'll be a really good defense, though. I don't think we were going to live and die by the 3-tech spot. I think we live and die by our pass rushers, 1-techs, and linebackers. I think that's where we live and die at. It would have helped to have a better 3-tech in there, but I think we'll be good. Any O-line concerns? I think we cool with O-line. Will a 3-4 defense help the loss of McCoy? Nah. I still think our talent is good for a 4-3. I still think we got pass rushers that are good with their hands in the dirt. I think I like the whole 1-tech, 3-tech dynamic. I think it's cool. Plus, I think if we was in a 3-4, I think Tyrone Crawford would be better than Gerald McCoy in a punching 2-gapping system. You know, Gerald McCoy is more of a penetrating 3-tech or a penetrating tackle. I think in a 3-4, Tyrone Crawford would be a little better because he's known for punching, controlling, and reading. So, you know, what else? Someone stole Voch's lawnmower. Relax. Voch the projects. There's a drone outside my window. Y'all funny. Let's see. Cowboys 12-4. Who gonna beat us 4 times? Will the Super Bowl have asterisk next? Nope. Because everybody going into it with the same variables or whatever, with the same setup. So nah. No. Brian Broderson, you need to link up. Possibly one day. Voch, with Anthony Brown playing well in training camp, do you see Jordan Lewis playing more snaps this year? And if he leaves, do you think he could break out somewhere else? I think Jordan Lewis is really good. But then again, we don't know what the hell going on at training camp. Somebody asked me, Voch, what about Francis Bernard? He got 2 interceptions at training camp. I mean, yeah, that's cool. But what's he doing versus some read options that he ain't good at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need to see more. I need to see more. I'm not worried about 1-tech. We got better at 1-tech. The guy starting at 1-tech last year is our backup. Team Toxic shirts coming soon. Shouts out to Big Game James. Uncle Charles. Evil Genius and me wants to use Jalen Smith like Anthony Barr. That'll be fire. But we got to see. Robbie changed his profile picture, and he also says, when your offense is ranked at the top, how much change do you want to see? I would like to see us finish in the red zone a little bit more, but, you know. Let's see. Voch live from the favela in Brazil. Let me hit you on that one, dog. Let me hit you on that one time, dog. I am not at a favela in Brazil. That's funny. Shouts out to Law Nation. You listen to nothing but the best. What's up, Uncle Charles? Law ain't even in here. Law and Big Game James ain't even in here. So what are you and Big Game James doing? Y'all boxing or something? No, we're going to be James had the idea of having a YouTube 7-on-7 thing for Dallas Cowboy YouTubers. We don't really know how that's gonna work out. But it basically turned into me and him talking a lot of shit. So if there is a game, it'll be one, but we're gonna start off with me and Big Game James 1-on-1 because he thinks he can cover me, and he can't. To be fair, he probably can, but I don't know. I talked a lot of shit to him, so now I gotta back that up. I gotta go out there and run with it. So fuck y'all doing out there? then he was like, yeah, Voch, if I was big, I pass rush with you. I'm like, James, you don't want to pass rush Voch, man. You don't want to pass rush Voch. Who would you rather keep, Bernard or Gifford? It depends. We don't know who we don't know who doing good at practice. I just gotta say Gifford right now. That's it. How you feeling about wide receiver depth? What if Gallup and Coop goes down? Then you would just move Devin Smith to wherever they played at and keep CeeDee Lamb in the slot, or you would put Lamb outside with Gallup also outside and put Cedric Wilson in the slot. So it depends on who's better out of Cedric Wilson and Devin Smith. So they still in Vice Shrubs right now. Would you start Lewis outside then move him to the slot and nickel formation? If so, who would you rather have outside, Diggs or Brown? I would rather have Jordan Lewis outside. I think Jordan Lewis is a better outside corner. So in my mind, Jordan and Cheeto outside, put AB in the nickel and let Diggs do tight end stuff. So we'll see. Y'all fussing and fighting. Will Drew be in every Cowboys live stream? Yes, Drew is a Cowboys fan, so of course he's going to be here. Drew is a Cowboys fan, so of course he's going to be here. Do you think Dak and Zeke will fold under pressure of trying to chase that number 6? Nah, I don't think they got that in them. I don't think they got fold in them. They've been carrying this team since freshman year. So if they didn't fold and they like Dak's first time throwing a pro football, he went 13-3. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Dak folding in there. And just to kind of touch on that point a little bit, like we got young players, but we have a very veteran team. Our core players are like 20-year-olds, but they're 20-year-olds that have been playing for 3, 4, 5 years, you know? So nah, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that. Bye, Miss Jackie. You take care now, you dig? You take care now. Somebody repping a fraternity in the chat box. I see you. Do you think the Ravens signed Dez Bryant? If Dez healthy. If Dez healthy and he want to go to work, they might sign him. 13-3 is pretty darn good. Who beating us 3 times? Yeah, somebody asked me to play. Nene actually asked me to play Crossroads. So I need to find Crossroads and make sure my volume is turned down so I don't get no strikes. And we're going to continue to read the chat box with Crossroads. Let's see if I can find Crossroads. One time for Gerald McCoy. Let's see if I can play Crossroads for Gerald McCoy. Hey, sound, bringing it for Wiley. Easy and Uncle Charlie. Little Booker's guys got him, and I'm going to miss everybody. Oh, man, I actually sat up and listened to Crossroads one day with the lyric sheet so I can learn what the hell they saying. Them boys rap too fast. Even with the lyric sheet in front of me, it was hard to catch up to. All right. Anyway. Damn, bro. Damn, that sound good, chat box, y'all? Is this what you want? Is this what? Shut up. Is this what you want? Let's see. Any thoughts on Alex Smith's comeback? If I was Alex Smith, I ain't trying to play quarterback nowhere. I'm trying to sit down and be with my family and enjoy my leg working again. But shouts out to Alex Smith. I think Alex Smith is the better quarterback than Dwayne Haskins, and I would start him. But I'm just a YouTuber, bro. I'm just a YouTuber. What else we got? You think we can keep 6 linebackers on the 55-man roster? I think the roster is a little bigger this year. So that would enable us to keep some guys. Yeah, so sure. 100%. I'm not your nephew. Let's see. Man, I know that song like the back of my head. One of my all-time favorites. Facts. Damn, it's Gerald McCoy, man. It's Gerald McCoy, man. Does Gallup leave Dallas if all 3 receivers balls out? Why would he leave? One thing I like about the Cowboys though, like our 3 receivers are all like cool receivers. Like they don't have diva tendencies. Like we just got 3 cool receivers. Like Cooper is willing to take less money to play in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like CeeDee Lamb is just cool, laid back, ready to smoke people. Michael Gallup is soft spoken but aggressive on the field. Like I like our prissy prima donna receivers. Like it's a fun thing to have. Jerry Jones somewhere drinking prune juice, counting money. He got something more better than prune juice. He got cranberry. He can have whatever he like for real. Let's answer 3 more questions. I'm gonna go lay down somewhere and take a nap. You heard? I've been up all morning. Let's see. How comfortable are you with CD returning kickoffs? You ain't been listening. But I mean, cool. It just depends sometimes. I'll let CD do it sometimes, but I don't want him to do it too much. I don't want to risk that dude getting hurt. I think he's important to what we're doing. I think CD Lamb is very important to what we're doing. Anthony Brown, they call him assassins at receiver. Would you kick Clowney tires? Nah, I think we good at defensive end. I think see you at the crossroads, Uncle Charles. I believe tight end depth is the only question on this offense. I don't think we're gonna use tight ends very much. So it is what it is. I don't think we're gonna use tight ends too much. So that's that. What else? I think that's it. We good then. All right. So, CD Lamb 1,200 yards, possibly. Hey, I appreciate y'all for listening. I've been doing this for a good long time. 2 hours damn near. Hey, Voch, I was watching Melvin film. Do you think we would try that in Baltimore? Interesting. I don't know. I would have to watch film on that. Hey, like the video. Thumbs up and all that. Y'all hit the notification bell. Hold me down and all that. Follow me on Twitter. Check me out and all that. And go watch my film sessions. I'm going to lay down, take a nap, wake back up in a few hours, and get back to work on this Everson Griffin versus Tyron Smith film session. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all hold it down for the Doski, Woski, and the Peachki Whiskey, which is free. It's at the door next to all the other snacks. Go get you a handful of Peachki Whiskey on the way out. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go out there and cuss these people I cut